Okay, we've got an interesting one to start this demo set. So let's see if we can make it look any good, even though it is a piece of shit. We'll see how we go. Make it look good. Alright, let's see how we go. Making this rubbish look good. Going to leave it on 100, I think. We're going to make it into a negative image. This photocopier is making terrible noises at the moment, as it usually does when I first turn it on, or, well, not quite. It takes a little time for the noises to go, but they eventually do go, normally. But it doesn't mean that it's any good to have any kind of mechanical noise. It's not a good look for Konica Minolta. I don't know why most of the noises calm down after I've used this for a while. I don't know, it's really odd, but it's not good to have any kind of noises that shouldn't be there, especially when this machine hasn't been used as much as it can be. It's way below, I'm using it way below its rated DD cycle, so I'm not really giving this machine a hard workout at all. It's it's really ridiculous. Let's see what we've got. Alright, what have we got? We got here. I got this for free. Hello! Okay, we all know Hello Magazine. We're going to make this look more interesting. I'm going to do some funny shit with it. Oh, that's an interesting advert. Let's see what we can do with it to make it look more interesting. Let's see how that went. I don't read this shit. It's not my cup of tea. But I thought the pictures would be interesting. Well, see how we go. To make into a distorted image. You gotta laugh. It's taking a bit of time. Sorry, folks. Let's see if we've made this look interesting. Oh, colour-wise it looks shithouse, actually. But it's an interesting take on the face. Wondering if we're going to do a better one than that. But it's a good shape. The background colour looks terribly wishy-washy. Oh, I know why. I didn't set the brightness to the darkest. This is what happens when you work in negative positive and you don't darken it. But I've lost some of the settings because, oh, whatever, I don't understand what the fuck I did wrong. So I'm just going to have to set this up again. We're going to make this hue and put it there. Oh, I don't know what happened to all the settings. It looks like I may have accidentally hit cancel. For all I know. I'll probably know when I look at the video, if I get around to looking at it, as to what I did. So I fucked up big time. And I wondered why the image, and maybe I didn't even touch the colour balance either. Silly. Bit of a lapse of reason here. Bit of a memory lapse. I normally do this. This is normally something I do really like a routine. This is routine setup, and yet I fucked it. I don't think the magenta looks that good anyway. Even if it is, it doesn't go. So I'm thinking maybe we're going to hit off in red. We're just going back to red. Now we've got to try that again and try to make this face look something interesting. So we're just going to try that again. It's an interesting shape, but I'm not happy with the colour and the density of the image. So it should be a better result this time. Anyway, let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks more interesting. A little bit cold on the hue. The hue's a little bit cold. It's a little bit too dark. Wondering if we're going to maybe make a negative image out of that, or maybe we're going to try another one. So I'm wondering what we're going to do with this. So we're going to change this to yellow, and we're just going to perhaps, maybe the hue could go warmer to compensate for the excessive amount. So we're going to make the red a lot less red. We don't want to absolutely overload the image with red. So now we're just going to put this aside. We probably won't need it, and we're just going to take this image and make it into something interesting. So we're just going to put that on the glass like so, and see how we go making we've got to set this. So let's see how we go colour-wise with this. It's not the greatest image. I'm actually thinking I could have done better, but maybe it's as good as it gets. My intuition is telling me. Let's see how the yellow looks. There, she's a positive image again, and there's a lot of yellow in there. Wondering if maybe too much yellow. Wondering what to do with this. This looks shithouse. It doesn't look the colour I want. Wondering what else can we do with this. I'm going to take it off. This does look a bit too, it's just not the best colour. So I'm thinking we're going to just go back to scratch and start again with this and see if we can make a better version of this. So we're just going to switch over. It's not an easy one to work with. We're going to keep the hue in the middle, and we're going to just pump up the red. The hue is going to stay in the middle for this. So we've got all the colours set, and maybe we can go back to red. We're going back to red, and we're going to try this again and see if we can make this image, this rather interesting but not interesting image, really an interesting one. We're going to just take a different direction of movement this time for something different. Ooh, we've slipped around a bit too much. Maybe this will make for a better piece, I'm hoping. So hopefully we'll show the insides of the tabloid. And let's see if this tabloid looks any good. No, it doesn't. And yeah, you can see it's got more colour to it there, and it's less, but it's not the right kind of movement. I don't like this style of movement. I'm going to go back here, and maybe the hue could go tad cooler. We don't want it too green looking, so we're going to try that again. We're going to try and maybe put her upside down like that, and we're going to slide it differently. I don't know how this is going to look. This one does not seem to be a very good demo we're making out of this tabloid. Let's see if we can make this look good. Yeah, actually that's a good one. That's an interesting one. That'll be the centre of the job. So that's a different one. So I think now we can consign this tabloid to the recycle bin, and we're going to work on this and make this into our mirror image job. We're going to make this more interesting. I think this time we're going to remove the negative positive from this. We're not going to reverse this image again, even though it would probably look really nice if I did. We don't want to do everything the same way, folks. This demo is long enough as it is, so we're now just going to prepare this to be reproduced as a positive image. So we're going to just put all these fancy settings back to normal. Now the sharpness is going to remain, so I'm wondering if maybe we should, maybe this will be the right settings, so this will look interesting. So we're just going to take this unusual looking image. Well, most of my images look unusual. That's the way that it is in my world, my copier world. Oh, Copier World is the name of a business. So, or hopefully they'll go well. I did a video of them that lasted just over 1 minute, and I've put that on social media as well. But Copier World is indeed the name of a business that sells and services photocopiers. It's a dealership like the company that does this machine, Mytronics. This looks a bit heavy for my liking. This demo is going to be a very long, prolongated, painfully long demo. So I'm going to just run with these images. I'm not going to get too perfectionistic about it. They're very heavy looking images. I wish I had to lighten it up more. I'm really disappointed that I've made this demo really big instead of trying to, I just didn't make a very good setup. The first demo, part of the demo was an error that I don't normally make very often, if at all. So I don't know why I fucked up there. I've got a limited amount on this micro SD card as well, because I looked at the gigabytes and it said it had, actually I don't need this. It said that I had 27 gigabytes left, but I should be fine. I don't think I typically use that much storage in one set of demos, but if many of them end up this long, well, who knows. Then I'll have to catch up with the demos on another day, and that's a real nuisance when you can't fit them all on, but I've never come across that problem so far. But this looks really hot, and I do like the green. The green has come up really well. The contouring is really good with this. So now I'm just going to get into the process of lining up the pieces of this tabloid reproduction. Well, kind of a distorted tabloid reproduction, you should say, or I should say. Anyway, that doesn't look too bad. I think now we can call this one quits.